Mark your calendars. Apple setting the date for its product launch event. Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Halley is here with the details. So Dan, what do we know so far?
Yeah, Ali, September 9th, that's when the event is going to kick off. I'll be there live and in person checking out all of the wares. Now, this is usually when Apple announces their latest line of iPhone. So that's what you can probably expect from the event. The iPhone 16 line. We'll probably see the iPhone 16, iPhone 16 Plus, and then the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. And the Pro and Pro Max have become increasingly important to Apple because of their average selling price. It's higher than the base iPhone or the iPhone Plus. And that means higher revenue for the company overall. So expect to see more of an emphasis on those again this year. You'll likely see the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus carry the processor from the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. That's something that Apple's been doing, kind of recycling that processor over time. And the reason why that's important is because the Pro and Pro Max, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max from last year are the only iPhones right now that can run Apple's artificial intelligence platform, Apple Intelligence. And so that means that the standard iPhone, the iPhone Plus, and then the Pro and Pro Max, which will get new processors, presumably, will be able to run it as well. And it's that Apple Intelligence that's going to be kind of the star of the show. Yes, there's going to be new iPhones. Doesn't seem like we're going to get much as in terms of too many physical differences from the current lineup to the next gen lineup. That seems to be something that's going to be coming in with the 17 line, where there's been talk of a much thinner iPhone and then potentially leading to foldables down the line. But it's Apple Intelligence that's really going to be the star of the show. That's what Apple debuted at WWDC in June, its big software developer event. They showed that off. Various integrations across the kind of ecosystem of what Apple has to offer with iOS, iPadOS, and macOS. The integration of ChatGPT, if you want to use that, a smarter version of Siri. I've been using the betas that Apple has been offering. If you look at the invitation, the kind of coloring of it is supposed to be kind of a nod to the new version of Siri and how it's going to be smarter. The version of Siri I have right now is still basically the same, except for that kind of new motif that they have going on. But the summarization of text messages, when you get a chain of text, it'll summarize some of them. That's been helpful, although it's been hit and miss at first. And then the priority emails feature has been helpful for me when I'm looking at my mail app. So, we'll see a lot of this kind of roll out. Google recently started rolling out their new phones with their own Gemini intelligence. That's been something that I've also been using. Both companies and Samsung as well have these kind of, niche kind of photo editing tools that are interesting, but I don't really see many people using those. It really comes down to the productivity, I think, that a lot of people are going to get out of it, at least at first glance when these phones hit.